Welcome to NatFun, the live-recorded tabletop role-playing adventure game where the dice and a few friends tell the story. My name's Jackie, and I will be your game master this session. And this time, I'm joined by a few underground, grubby mining outlaws from the Scarlet Vultures posse.
Hi there, my name's Erin, and tonight I'll be playing Bloody Belle Beauregard.
My name's Dan, and tonight I'm playing a terrified Lucius.
My name's Matt, and I'm playing a slightly trapped and irritated Wayne Cole.
Temporarily trapped.
The dice will decide. And before we start this episode, we're super excited. We have a brand new Patreon NatFunder, and we want to give them a huge shout out and thank you in our episode today of Hellstruck's Demise. So thank you, Belle, for supporting NatFun. Your subscription helps us remain ad-free and helps us make more content. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for being there, letting us do this. This helps. We just put this all back into it so we can keep on keeping and make new fun stuff. And if you have any ideas or suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, thank you from the bottom of our heart, Belle. It's so wonderful to have you supporting the podcast, and can't wait to see what else we can come up with in the future thanks to your support.
Thank you so much, Belle, for your contribution. It really motivates us to see people, subscribing and supporting us, and I, can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, in this episode, we will again be playing A Fistful of Darkness, the weird Wild West Forged in the Dark hack by Monkey Echo. More details in the show notes and at the end of the episode. But now we get to do what is actually one of my favorite parts of all of our episodes, our shoutouts. After each session, the players and GM write shoutouts to each other on our Adventure Google Doc, highlighting some of the cool moments we enjoyed from the last session. It's a great way to support each other and remember the awesome stuff you did, and also earn in-game bonuses too. So we are going to roll to select and read 2 random shoutouts right now. For the first one, the recipient will receive 1 grit, and for the second one, the person who posted it will receive 1 grit, both with no risk of overindulgence, which right now I don't think any of you could physically do. All right, so we actually have exactly 12, I believe. So that makes it easy. Our first one is a 6. This is from me to Matt/Wayne. I thought it was really cool how you described the extractor and found such a creative way to tie it into one of your character abilities. There were like the initials and you'd worked on them before. I just thought that was really cool, really slick.
Hey, it was fun. It was kind of a way to keep with the theme, but, past life and also use an ability. So it was kind of just trying to come up with something neat.
It was really cool. All right, and our next one is number 7. This is from Matt to Dan/Lucius.
Lucius's reaction to the ghosts and the environment and all the things going wrong, and he, you played him so not cool, but in the way like a guy who was very polished would be, and the blind shooting, and all I can say is mop. Mop. All
right. So this means that Matt is actually going to get, or Matt/Wayne is actually going to get 2 grit, because he was both the recipient of the first one and the person that posted the second one. So that's 2 grit to you, Matt/Wayne.
Oh,
I think
wow.
he needs it, so.
That's actually quite helpful.
Yeah,
I really, really do. I may actually be able to do something stupid now.
Yay!
And with that, let's roll into our synopsis. Last episode on Hellstruck's Demise, the Scarlet Vultures continued their descent into the temporarily shut down Judge and Executioner's mine to find multiple pathways ahead of them. Trusting their gut, they went right, but that was wrong. So they went left, and through a small gap spotted a hellstone vein behind a thick wall of stone and metal. But being unreachable, they started to turn tail and try their hand at the next one. That's when Belle had a momentary flashback. She had packed explosives. Wayne and Lucius helped lay the explosives and the cord. They backed up and boom goes the dynamite. The whole cave shook as a large collapse rocked the tunnel itself, burying the Hellstone vein and trapping the Scarlet Vultures inside with a cloud of rift dimension shifting bats. I did have to look up the term for a group of bats. Honorable mention to a cauldron of bats.
Nice.
Cauldron.
Just didn't seem quite right for this one.
Clatter of cats and cauldron of bats.
Their brash actions got Belle bit, but they scared the bats away and set to clearing the block passageway, eventually returning to the main chamber, or kill box, as they called it, and headed down the last remaining tunnel. Here they found their quarry, a rich hellstone vein surrounded by tools and an X-Tractor excavator. Patent pending, advertising pending, John Deere X-Tractor.
Hellstone pending.
Following Belle's orders, which they'd already set to doing because they ain't idiots, Wayne and Lucius set to finding a cart, getting the equipment working, and started a mine, breaking a large chunk of hellstone free. But no sooner had they tossed it into the cart did Belle see fate in the reflection of a mirror, and the body of a dead miner awoke, screamed, and came straight at him. Bullets had limited effect, and although Wayne and Lucius were able to get the hellstone into the cart, the X-Tractor fell and trapped Wayne, for but only a moment when Belle's quick shooting freed him. The other miners' bodies in the chamber began to twitch as spirits stirred. Lucius had a bad feeling, and as the ghostly spirit ran towards him screaming, he called out to his posse for help. So now, we rejoin the Scarlet Vultures here in this moment as the ghostly spirit ran past Belle and is poised, screaming in Lucius's face. I believe we ended on a setup action from Lucius calling out for help to Belle. So, if we can get two things from you, Dan. First, can you give me a description of this spirit's face as it gets close to you? And then can you briefly say something similar to how you were calling out to Belle?
Ooh, trying to remember how I called out the Belle last time.
It does not need to be an exact replica. It can even just be off the cuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a terrified help. But as far as the way this creature looks, kind of a clouded, ghostly, glowing, almost like a black light where it's glowing, but it's kind of not glowing. And just where its eyes are is just kind of like a deep, dark blackness. Like, no light comes in it, and it almost like absorbs all the light around it. As it comes up into you, it just feels kind of like it's sucking you in. So Lucius right now feels like he's being pulled into this creature as it's staring into his face.
Ooh. All right. So, ghostly figure just ran past Belle. It's getting right in Lucius's face, starting to open its mouth. Sound starts to come out. You see him being drawn in after calling for help. You have 4 of the 8 ticks in your survive progress clock. What do you want to do, Belle?
Yeah.
That bad, huh?
We are going to put our fingers in our mouth and we are going to whistle really loud. And we're calling for Acid Bath, who we had loosely tied up to trees outside, but he knows this whistle. He knows how to get out of his knot. It's more of a just like hang out here until I come back or I call you kind of knot. So she's going to whistle real loud and she's going to say, "You'll laugh until you meet Acid Bath." And she's going to point her gun at the ghost again, even though it didn't do anything, and fire off a shot.
All right. Hand on head question for you.
Yeah.
Because we talked briefly, the horses are mounts, and that
Yep.
is the extent of their use. If you can get creative with the mount, that's fine, but they don't have other
I know they
major
don't have
abilities.
attacks.
So I just wanted to...
It's more of like a distraction, like let's cause some chaos. Also, I want the horse to help pull the cart out so we can focus on the ghosts.
Cool. I just wanted to double check because I didn't want you to like call it to do a big thing like, all right, well, the battering ram that spouts fire is here. And then me going like, it doesn't spout fire. It just has 4 legs. All right. So you are going to whistle for Acid Bath. And I think that even though it's kind of flashbacky that he knows this particular whistle, that totally makes sense. And you guys really aren't that far into the mine. You just took a long time getting not far into the mine last session. So Acid Bath is on his way. And so that just happens. You don't need to roll for anything there. What is the second thing that you're doing?
She is firing another shot at this ghost.
Okay.
It didn't do anything the first time, but that's all she knows how to do. So
Okay.
it's going to be a sling, probably.
Yep. And I'm going to put this at risky limited because you know that it didn't have a major effect last time. So risky limited. And how many dice do you have?
I think it's going to give me 2, maybe 3. I'm still trying to figure out like how many dice does the dots add. I have 2 dots. So
Okay. No dots is 0 dice, which is they call it a
take it the disadvantage.
It's like a disadvantage roll. It's called a 0 roll, but it's disadvantage. You roll twice and you take the lower of the 2 numbers. So no dice is a disadvantage roll. 2 dots would be 2 dice. You can add additional dice by pushing yourself, someone helping you, or one of the group actions, or something we haven't done yet, which is a devil's bargain.
Yeah. We're not going to do the devil's bargain this time. So it's just going to be...
You didn't even hear my pitch.
Shut up, devil.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Do you have to spend grit to do a devil's bargain? Because if you have to spend grit, I'm real scared of what a stigma is going to do to me.
So you don't have to spend grit for a devil's bargain. That's why it's a devil's bargain. It is a different consequence. But it adds an additional dice.
Yeah, I think
can offer,
because I know it's...
Well, I didn't realize this, but even players can offer devil's bargains. So they can be offered every single time you guys roll anything. I just know that you guys were all real worried at the end of last session. So I put a note for me to make sure I offered some devil's bargains because you guys were stressing
We
about
have time
grit.
to forget about consequences.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you can kind of choose. You know mostly the consequence. You can have it up front, but you get the dice. So the devil's bargain I would offer you is that sometimes to have that really good shot, you might leave a little bit of destruction in your wake.
Bye, Lucius.
I was going to say this doesn't sound like it's going to be a personal consequence. So
I will say it is not a immediate consequence to anyone in the room.
it's not immediate, guys.
Cave-in.
So
It's a cave-in. I know her thinking.
there's so many things
can
that can
say
go
no.
wrong in a cave. I'm going to say no to the devil's bargain this time around, but I will keep in mind the future implications of saying yes. So risky, limited, no bonus dice. And that is going to get me a 6.
Nice. And the cool thing about this setup that Lucius did last time is it actually raises the effect level if you follow through. So he asked for help because you tried to help him by shooting at the ghost. You're actually going to go from risky limited to risky standard.
Woohoo!
So, with your 6, things go better than you expect. You raise your gun, you shoot it, and you watch the entire ghostly figure almost phase in and out for a second, and then it disappears, and it reappears further back over near the mirror that you had seen on the ground. And I will say this, when you shot it, its head spun around like a 90s style Casper movie. And then it disappeared and reappeared and flashed a couple times, and it kind of got pushed backwards the opposite way that it should have. It almost looked like it was retreating towards that mirror, and it puts its hands on the side of its head and is trying to realign its head. So Belle's success with her shot adds 2 additional ticks to the progress clock.
Nice.
That's sick. I love it.
Good work, Belle.
6. What's a 6? I didn't know these dice went to
Scarlet
6.
Vultures never roll 6s, so let's knock on all the,
Unless it's for
wood.
punishment. All right. So I think Wayne's up next-ish. I know there's not really an order here.
Not really a
but,
turn order, but as you see everything that's going on, you saw Belle whistle. Lucius is freaking out, hands on the cart, trying to start pushing it, but it's not really moving that much because that extractor is kind of sitting on the edge of it. And that ghost got corporealized backwards. It's spinning its head forward facing again. And you see out of the corner of your eye the other miners, 2 miners dead on the ground. a spirit twitching and starting to rise. What was just a little bit of twitching above the body, as you now see the shoulders are all the way out. Their hands, their spiritual, ghostly hands, are on the ground, starting to pull themselves up. Mm-hmm. You're about to have some more trouble a-brewing.
Company. Does Wayne see the mirror, or has that been out of his view?
You tell me. I would say, as the GM, with the actions you've been taking, I wouldn't see why Wayne would have noticed it, because you've been repairing a piece of equipment, using the piece of equipment, and then getting trapped by said piece of equipment.
I have no recollection of that event.
But if you feel it makes sense for your character to have seen the mirror, then that's fair.
I'm trying to think. Well, where's that ghost that got pushed back? Is it now behind Wayne that was up with Lucius? Because that's where he was heading when he heard Lucius yelling. Is that now kind of back behind him a little bit?
Let's take a moment and describe our space. So it wasn't that big of a room. I thought that Wayne had been operating the extractor kind of centrally located, because that's where the tracks go into the room, is in the middle of that tunnel hallway. Belle was on the right side. Lucius was on the left side. And Wayne was getting the Hellstone into the cart when the extractor fell. The latch got released, so you should be like right by the cart, kind of in the middle of the room. Lucius is just to the side of you, and Belle is not that far away either. And you guys are kind of in the middle of this dead-end chamber of the mine.
Okay, and where are the ghosts or miners in general?
You've got the one that was just screaming at Lucius is back right corner, kind of near the back corner of this rounded chamber. The other two are probably about 3 feet to the left of you, and then another 2 or 3 feet back from that.
Okay. The one that's closest to everybody, Wayne's going to see him twitching, and he's thinking these guys can get the cart moving, but we're going to get jumped here pretty quick, and he hasn't seen the mirror and made any associations there. So the one that's closest to his posse there, but it's furthest up in the cave, he's going to get up, and he looks down at his hands, and he remembers he's wearing those gloves. They're basically his protection from Hellstone at this point. He's like, I don't know if this is going to work. And he's going to go up and just start beating on this ghost, or this miner body that's getting up with the Hellstone-covered gloves.
Okay.
And see what happens. So that's a brawl, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
He looks at the guy and he says, stay down! And starts punching him in the back of the head.
Are you aiming for the ghost or just the body?
Well, I wasn't sure. Is the body moving or is the ghost moving?
So you're pretty in tune with spirits, and this is also, since Awestruck became Hellstruck, ghosts, spirits, bodies ain't right. I believe the graveyard that you guys named and created was like no more graves or something, because the dead don't stay dead for long. So you see a ghostly version of the miner climbing out of the dead body of the miner.
Gotcha. That's what I was picturing, but I had trouble separating the two. That's perfect. Yeah, so Wayne's going to go up to the ghostly form, but they're pretty close together still, and he's going to say, get back in there!
Okay. I'm throwing up a really simple version of kind of how I envisioned this little bit of the room. Does this sound about right to you guys? Or does this look about right to you guys for kind of how everyone was located?
Real similar to the little picture I drew and just dropped in the chat. So we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right, so correct me if I'm wrong, Wayne, you were trying to punch this guy.
Actually, I didn't realize it was that close. I was going for this one.
You can walk past him. There's one that's about 2 feet nearby, and then another 2 to 3 feet behind that one. So
I'm going to go for the one that's about 2 to 3 feet closer to the mouth of the cave to kind of know he's going to be the first one to go after somebody. So.
All right, so you're walking. How are you? Describe your journey to get there.
I'm going to swing out left of the extractor and move between Lucius and the ghost that's closest to him that's furthest up in the cave so that they can get some hands on the cart. And I'm going to say, start moving. Go from there.
All right. This is going to be risky limited.
Okay. No extras. That's a 5 and a 3.
All right. So you walk over and you punch the ghost just as it starts to like pull its head up out of the body. Deck it. Head literally spins 90 degrees, and you wait for that sickening snap that you should hear, but it doesn't come. And as you look up to see if they started moving, because you told Lucius and Belle to start moving, you feel a frighteningly cold chill on your back, almost as if two hands have grabbed your shoulders.
I got a friend. What's your name, Bob?
Wayne's success adds 1 tick to the progress clock. So you now have 7/8 of your progress clock filled.
Yay.
It's a lot of pie.
Has acid bath made it into the chamber?
Not at this point yet.
Okay.
It sounds like we're just a few seconds past when you whistled, so I don't think it's been enough time.
He's a really fast horse, okay?
Yeah, but it's like quite a few hundred feet. It's a few football fields.
All right. Lucius sees Wayne walk by him, heard the command, get the cart going. So he's going to go ahead and pull out a rope. We can do flashback if you want, but he brought rope with him. Because who doesn't bring rope when they go adventuring?
Charlie Bronson's got rope.
And he's going to start hitching it up onto the cart in order to get ready for when acid bath shows up, so we can just get that lassoed around the horse and ride out of this place.
Sounds good. So what action rating are you going to use?
I was thinking craft, which I have not that far. All right, I will go ahead and push myself and use 2 grit on this because I have no dots.
All right, and I will offer you the same devil's bargain.
The same devil's
No
bargain.
immediate consequences,
Just do it, Dan.
but you'll leave some
All right.
destruction
Do
in
it.
your wake.
All right, I like destruction in my wake, so let's go ahead and do it. Let's do that.
All right,
All right.
it's another
so-
dice.
Another dice. So then I don't do push myself then, right? It's either or. So it's devil's bargain or...
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just confirming.
Yep.
All right.
You're good. Thank you for catching that. So this is going to be risky limited.
Limited.
Actually, risky standard. If
Oh.
you haven't already selected it.
I can go back. Risky, standard. 1 bonus die. It's a 6.
Woo!
Woo!
There you go.
But I think it succeeds no matter what with the devil's bargain, doesn't it?
No.
Oh, maybe I'm mistaken.
Devil's bargain doesn't automatically succeed. It gives you a dice instead of spending grit
Gotcha.
to push yourself.
Sweet.
Worth it.
Nice roll.
Quote me on that. Worth it. Later on.
Yeah, well, now you see that there is a 4-portion clock that says destruction in your wake.
Boy, she was ready for that. That just
That's-
popped right up on the screen. Walked right into it.
Yep.
Yep. She's just been hanging the hook right there. Little angler fish right there.
So, there's some good, there's some bad, but you have filled your
Facts of
survive clock. You now have 1 for your destruction in your wake, and you all have kind of gained a confidence level. These things don't necessarily take a lot of damage, but you can at least push them back. You can fend them off. They don't seem to be quite as much of a threat right now in this moment, but you do still feel a strong urge to flee. Because although they're not strong right now, you see them growing in strength, and you know how many bodies you saw in that kill box. It's time to get out. You guys now have a flee progress clock with 6 sections in it.
Acid bath.
So how exactly
Acid bath.
do you just how exactly would you tie? Like, what are you tying? What does this apparatus look like that you created?
It's pretty simple. He'll run basically, or Lucius will run the rope around one corner of the cart, tying it off to the handle on the right side, and then over to the left side, tying it off, creating kind of a Y shape to a central harness point with a loop around it, just so he can lasso it around the horse's neck and have it pull out of the cave. We're not looking, to ride miles for this. We just need to get out of this cave right now.
Sounds good. It does take a little bit of time to tie those intricate knots, but you hear the hoofbeats of Acid Bath much more quickly than I would have expected because you rolled a 6, which means you get good stuff. So, here he comes to save the day.
What is this 6
Acid
again?
bath.
Still unclear.
And as you briefly look around the space, you see that the spirit that was trying to pull itself out of the body below Wayne, he had punched, it has fallen back in. It almost looks like it's restarted the process. The shoulders twitching up and the neck bending and snapping to try and pull itself up. The one that had been right up on his back is almost phasing in and out and in and out, and it doesn't seem to be quite as present as it once was. The original one that woke up and ran towards you, Lucius, is still fighting with its head to get it aligned, and it's kind of tweaking its head back and forth and side to side and twitching, and seems to be kind of focused and stuck in that right now. So you have a brief moment to do what you're going to do next.
I think Lucius would call out to Belle, toss her the rope, the other end of the rope, and say, "Hitch him up." And if you can give her an assist on that, so the two of us work together to flee.
All right, and I'd like to jump in because we're falling into a pretty regular pattern of essentially an initiative order. But if we think about, I said that's just good. I said it takes you a hot minute to kind of tie all that rope. So I would like, if you guys are good, I would kind of like to jump back to Wayne, who has now felt that cold feeling that was chilling you down to your soul, is phasing in and out. Lucius is just finishing up those knots, and you can just faintly hear the hoofbeats of Acid Bath echoing in the tunnel. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to turn to see my new friend, and Wayne's goal now is getting out, and he knows this works a little, but he's going to try to pull away, and he wants to actually wedge himself between the extractor and the cart and get it a little bit of motion, seeing if he can get the thing moving so that when Acid Bath gets there, it'll start going without a lot of work.
All right, so you're going to do a leg press between the cart and the extractor?
I'm going to try to dodge the dude behind me and then do a leg press from the cart behind me. Yeah, that's kind of what he's going for.
All right.
Wayne's just kind of lying.
Never skip leg day. There you go.
Because the spirit is phasing in and out, you go to lurch and pull away and find no resistance at all.
Okay. So I think to get up there and push on this thing based on what I'm reading here, prowl is kind of like jump, climb, swim, that kind of stuff. So it's an athletic feat. So I think that would be prowl to push the cart.
Okay. I will say that this is risky standard. Actually, risky limited, because I had described the extractor as kind of falling on the back of the cart, so I feel like it's somewhat pinned down. If it were just the cart next to it, then it would be standard, but I feel like it is risky.
Wayne's trying to make this as another help to kind of help the the ability of getting this thing moving. And you said limited?
Yeah. Limited. Risky limited.
Okay. That's a 3. That's a standard Wayne roll right there.
There you go. And there we have it.
Back to normal.
So a 3 is a bad outcome. You go to wedge yourself and really push hard on this extractor, or X-tractor as you called it. And as you push, what part breaks off?
Of me or the tractor?
Foot goes through the side, right into the Hellstone.
Between those two.
I didn't quite understand the question, to be honest.
You go to push on the X-tractor and you break part of the X-tractor. I was trying to give you some narrative freeform.
Yeah. I honestly think my foot slips off and probably falls kind of back into it a little bit, over the little dashboard thing and the claw, and break a bunch of it. So this thing's never working again.
Yeah, as the arm gets demolished, one of your shell casings from your pocket that you use for your vise falls out amongst that rubble. The arm gets broken on the X-tractor, and the destruction in your wake progress clock has advanced by 1.
I don't like this place anymore.
And unfortunately, your position has changed a little bit. You have a little bit of shifting. When it crashes, the X-tractor, the other arm gets hooked over the edge of the cart. So what was just a weight on it before it's now kind of hooked, and you're going to be dragging some dead weight unless you find another solution.
I swear to God, I'm not working against us.
Lies.
Yeah, who hired you? Saboteur.
Belle, I blame management.
I'm actually going to say the destruction in your wake went up by 2,
Oh, yeah.
not 1.
Oh,
Damn
come
it,
on
Wayne.
now. I only rolled a 3. I didn't roll a 1.
So it's 3/4 full.
Belle's going to see that Wayne is kind of struggling with that, and she's, Lucius is still working on getting the rope hitched up. Acid Bath's footsteps are pretty faint, so she's going to run over, and she is going to also push on it now that she's seen, like, this is dead weight, this is a problem, and she's going to enlist help from Wayne to try and get a second push. So hopefully this is like a kind of, not a setup, maybe a team action.
Yeah, you can lead a group action. So you want to do Prowl again for that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, just a reminder, you will pay 1 grit for any dice roll that is a 1 to a 3.
Okay, sorry, moment of silence. We're about to find out what happens if there's a stigma. So
Yay!
Okay, let's not roll a 3.
don't do me dirty
Let's
there,
just not roll anything
Wayne.
under 3. Wayne, I make no promises.
You guys take this moment. You guys are in control of the narrative. So if Wayne wants to lead the group action instead of you, if he has more, like, that's totally fine too. But I think you all are pretty well tapped out.
I've got some breathing room. If you can help me,
Okay,
I'll
you lead the group action.
I'll take the hit since I got some. Yeah, help me. Help me push the stupid thing.
All right. So I will say with both of you, I will say that this is risky standard.
And we're doing prowl.
Yep.
Risky.
Belle got a 2.
Kill me, Belle.
Sorry.
2 and a 3.
Well, but you only take the lowest, right? Or do you have to take...
He pays 2 grit.
No.
Thank you for your sacrifice, Wayne.
But Wayne did get a 5. Now, wait, did you roll that do you have 2 dots in prowl, or was that a disadvantage roll?
I have 0 dots in Prowl.
Oh, so that's a little different. So it would be just the 3, wouldn't it? No, the 2. It would just be the 2.
It would be
'cause it's
just-
she only rolled 0
It would
dice.
be just like she said.
Yeah.
She rolled a 2, the lower of the 2 numbers. But all dice rolled
Yeah.
that are from a 1 to a 3 value, the person leading the group action expends a grit for that dice.
I didn't read it like that. That's crap.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. We live here now. Wayne got a 5. And 2 grit.
I will say for your sacrifice, you are able to lift and push the extractor off to the side. It rolls and slumps down, and you watch out of the corner of your eye as that first spirit, the one that was the most corporeal, that was able to actually get right in your faces, is still struggling with its head, and now it's almost doing it in fast motion, screaming, shaking its body side to side to side as it literally is getting sucked and phased down towards that mirror, almost like it's getting sucked in a massive vacuum. You can see dust coming up from its toes as it's getting pulled towards it.
Huh.
All right, so at this point, Acid Bath shows up.
Absolutely.
All right, so as Lucius sees Acid Bath run into the room, he's going to go ahead and try to lasso him right around his neck while Belle and Wayne are finishing up trying to clear the cart free. So he'll go ahead and sling and try to make this lasso work.
Get some.
All right. That's pretty cool, but it is still going to be, we'll do risky standard. Actually, risky great, because that is a really cool move. Yippee-ki-yay, Lucius Lorna.
Oh, well, that shouldn't be that many dice. I have 2 dots. It should be a 6 and a 2, right? So
Yeah.
6.
All right. That's just a complete success. So go ahead and describe what this looks like. How did it happen?
Well, basically, as I finish tying the last knot in the lasso, I can see Acid Bath out of the corner of my eye, and I just kind of spin around. And as he gets close, or basically as he enters in the room right there, I'm able to just kind of fling it around his neck and have it kind of slide down and tighten up. And then he's hooked, and hopefully he stops and turns around here. I assume we're going to have to do some other form of check to get him out of this room, but he's attached at this point.
Yes, and I promise I'm trying to get better about remembering all the moving pieces of this game, but Wayne and Belle's removal of the extractor, because that was a standard effect, that is 2 ticks of your progress clock on flee, because it is now free and able to move. And then you succeeding on the great effect is going to be 3 ticks in your favor. So you guys are 5 out of 6 on flee.
But
The second that Belle sees Acid Bath like hooked up, she's gonna yell, "Giddy on, little doggy!" And,
Wow.
sorry, let me retake that.
Nope.
I wanted to do it in a southern voice. She's gonna yell, "Giddy on, little doggy!"
All right. What action rating are you using to encourage Acid Bath to go?
Command.
All right. This is going to be...
And since he's my horse, right? Like, controlled, right?
No, that's not how it works.
I know it's not how it works, but...
Nice try. This is going to be risky standard. If the extractor would have been on it, it would have been risky limited.
I'd say Lucius is going to assist because he's right there, so he's going to slap the butt end of the horse as well and see if he can't.
oh, if this is the
help
one you're
get this
getting
thing
kicked in
going.
the head.
All right.
So I'll expend 1 grit and offer an assist.
All right, so you get 1 extra dice on that, Belle.
Okay. That is a 6 and a 5.
Nice. All right.
Didn't even need it.
Yeah, didn't even need it, but you have totally filled and obliterated the flea progress clock. So describe in your heroic, amazing success, CSI Miami explosions behind you as you walk away.
We're not
How
walking.
does this play out?
You know, Lucius has got the lasso around Acid Bath's neck. He slaps the rump. Belle calls out her command, and the cart starts to pull away. And as Acid Bath picks up a little steam, it goes faster and faster and faster. So the 3 of us, I'm imagining, are running alongside it. And Belle's going to look over her shoulder, one last look at that mirror, and she's going to fire with her left-handed gun, Ruby, and shoot it before exiting the tunnel.
You turn around, you shoot it, and as you make it to, what did you guys call that kind of bigger room with all the dead slashed up bodies?
Kill box.
The old kill box.
The old kill box.
As you shoot that mirror, because your narrative changed things a little bit, Belle, you're going to get another clock here. As you shoot the mirror, the spirit that was being drugged towards it, that was literally glitching out, moving, horror movie, fast forward, twitching, snapping, screaming, that stops.
Crap.
And
Wayne was gonna grab the mirror.
it turns to look at you. And before you can even see if it's moving towards you or not, you're approaching the kill box room. And it had some spirits twitching before that Wayne noticed. You can see that all the ghostly spirits are on the ground, almost looking like they were crawling away. And you can actually see lines in the dirt on the bottom of this cave or this tunnel floor with finger claw marks, like they were being drugged towards something. But now they're standing up.
Oh,
So
God.
let me look up one thing. Because I
Progress
got
clock
to roll.
with 20 spots on it.
35. There is a way that I'm supposed to roll this.
Wayne was gonna grab the mirror and use it like a shield. Totally had it in my head.
Oh, this is why you gotta speak up first, man. No initiative. You have to take initiative. Ooh.
All right. There is a separate table that I can roll to determine the clock. Can you roll a d6 for me, please, Aaron/Belle?
That is a nat 1. Womp womp.
Okay. And actually, I apologize. It should have been 2d6, so roll one more. I'll take the higher of the two.
That is a 4.
Okay. Doesn't make it better for you.
Yay.
Nope. Figured it doesn't. Figure that's 5 spots on a clock.
Not how it works. So, you know that survive clock that disappeared?
Yep. Hey, welcome back, old friend.
Mm-hmm. But it's empty again.
Oh.
Good times.
You just came into a room surrounded by piles of slashed up bodies that are just starting to get up and stand up.
Bill keeps running. We got what we came for.
All right, go ahead and use your action roll. We'll say that this is a desperate standard.
And gosh, I'm trying to think of like what action it would be. But it's probably prowl, right?
I was thinking prowl.
Yeah, I would think so.
Really didn't want it to be prowl because there's no dots in prowl, but desperate at least gets me some XP, so I'll take it. And you said,
Well, I will offer you a devil's bargain.
okay, I'm listening, but you said desperate.
More destruction.
And then what was the effect? Standard?
Standard.
Okay. Let me hear your devil's bargain.
All right. I will give you the dice, so you'll have one dice to roll instead of having to do the disadvantage. But you will feel an overwhelming sense of dread entering the world from what you've seen. A sense of doom, one might say.
Is that going to go on like my harm table?
Nope.
Okay. I can role play
I think the
dread.
doom clock increases.
Doom clock increases.
All right, I'm
You're
gonna.
making the world a worse place.
I'm gonna take that devil's bargain,
All right.
and that is going to be a 2.
So, one doom does go onto the doom progress clock.
Sorry, not sorry.
That's one way to end the game.
So, with that 2, you try to run. You start to run. And then you look around this space, and the world slows down. And you have been afraid. You've felt fear before. You have never had it overwhelm your core more than this moment. And as you're looking around, you almost stop for a split second, and the stirrup on Acid Bath's saddle strikes your coin pouch, and 2 coins fall out before the world comes back into full speed, and you continue running alongside everyone.
All right. Wayne's moving, and he was going for the mirror. As it shatters in front of him, he goes, "Dang it, Belle, we just can't have nice things."
Well, I
And
will
he's going to
say,
actually grab...
I
Go
will
ahead.
say, my understanding was because she rolled that 6, you guys made it with her and Acid Bath out of that room, up the tunnel, and you are just
Oh.
entering the kill box. That was the,
Son of-
because the 6 is you succeed and you get a little
Yeah.
extra. So you guys aren't in that room anymore unless you really want to be. You can take that narrative if you'd like, but I was trying to get
That's
you
all
guys
right.
further away from the bad things there.
Yeah.
Into the room with the other bad things.
You guys are narratively in control.
Yeah.
If you want to be back there, totally fine.
No.
The mirror was tied to something, and the narrative decisions she made added this clock that you guys have.
Yep. No, I know. And Wayne wants a piece of that mirror. But we're going to not deal with that right now. So Wayne's going to do what Wayne do, and he's going to get behind the cart, push with one hand, flip out the cut-down rifle, and pull a shot off at whatever's in their way closest, one of the closest ghosts, to just clear a path for old Acid Bath.
All right. Desperate standard. Because you guys are surrounded. Like, this isn't like 1 or
Yep.
2 or 3 or 4. This is countless ghosts.
Despot. All right.
And,
That's a 5.
okay, never mind.
No, go. What's
I was
that?
going to offer you a devil's bargain, but you rolled.
Nope. Wayne's rock and rolling. 5.
All right. So with the 5 and being standard, I will remember it this time. See? I'm learning.
Yeah.
2 pieces of that 8-slice pie get filled by your success with your 5.
Nice.
And you are able to shoot 2 or 3 of them. And they kind of phases in and out for a second. But as you look around, you realize that didn't change your situation very much at all.
Nope.
You shot down 2 or 3 that are already starting to get back up, and the rest of them kept getting up.
Keep pushing. Keep rolling. And Wayne's just going to keep doing what he thinks is what Wayne can do when he's pushing on the cart.
All right. Do you want to add that as another roll? Because again, we don't need to go one step at a time. Like you described that narrative that you're doing both things at the same time.
Wayne's going to burn a grit to help whoever's next to keep the clock moving. He wants to set somebody up as an assist.
Or if you'd like that chance for that devil's bargain to push on the cart.
Wayne doesn't need any more devils in his life.
All right.
She's really pushing that tonight.
Yeah, she is.
Lucius being up front with the horse, he's going to basically try to guide that horse on the way out, trying to keep it away from these creatures, and so we're not just traveling a straight line, trying to go to the most open path. So I'll use survey it as I look for that clear path to lead acid bath and therefore the cart out of this kill box.
Yeah. And Wayne's in the back pushing on the cart as much as he can. He'll give him a grit to help keep that thing moving, whatever direction Lucius goes.
All right. So how many dice do you have in your survey?
I have 1 dot, so...
All right. So 1 from that, 1 from Wayne. You can add up to 2 dice. I will say that devil's bargain is still on the table. I'm pushing it because I'm trying to show, I will tell you guys, I'm trying to show all the mechanics of the game system, and I have failed to do it earlier, so I'm trying to add it to a fun situation. But you do not have to.
We see it just fine.
What is that devil's bargain again? I don't.
So this one's going to be a little bit...
Sultry siren over here.
This one's going to be a little bit different. Ooh, that would be a really good name of a character.
That's the other house of fidelity in the town.
There you go. So this one has a higher risk to you. If you fail, there might be some hazardous materials that come into contact with you. Actually, no. Devil's Bargain needs to happen regardless. So it isn't based on your success of your roll. The Devil's Bargain will give you an additional die, but there's a little bit of handling hazardous materials involved to achieve it.
No, I'm going to pass on that.
All right.
Lucius. Lucius isn't big on messing with the Hellstone, so I'm going to go with that. So, what's my position here?
This is going to be, I will say, because you are furthest towards the front, I'm going to give you, I want to say standard, but I'm sorry, guys, it's still desperate. I'm going to say desperate standard.
Desperate.
Experience points.
That's the good thing about it, right?
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong here.
All right, should have 2 dice here. All right, 3 dice. I'm always off. It's a 3 and a 5.
All right. That is still it's a partial success. So you do what you were trying to do, but there are some complications or consequences. So you are able to look ahead, find a good path, and you're holding on to Acid Bath's bridle and trying to kind of guide him. And you were looking so far ahead that although you did help find a really good path and he's able to there's enough slack in the rope that you have, he's able to kind of move around but still continue to pull that cart. At one point, your eyes drifted just far enough up and out that you didn't notice a part of the track that was misaligned from a rock hitting it. And as the cart kind of lurches and Acid Bath is able to pull it over, freaks him out. Acid Bath was looking at all these other things. He had his battle blinders on, and this scares him, and he kind of stutter steps. Doesn't rear up, but he stops his motion. But you did advance your clock 2 more ticks. You guys are halfway to surviving. Only 4 left.
Problem is we only got 3 left in us.
I'll throw this at you, Belle. You know your horse well. You're totally in tune with your horse, and you hear just this little low whinny grunt sound that probably no one else notices, and you hear that's Acid Bath, something's wrong.
Yep, Belle's going to take her eyes off of the ghost. She's going to run over to Acid Bath, and she is going to swing up into his saddle and kick his sides.
I dig it.
Nicely done.
So I believe we figured this one out last time. I think that's sling because it's a mount.
Yep, I think so. Desperate, risky, controlled.
I'm going to say desperate because you're still surrounded by an overwhelming number of things and you haven't been able to reduce the number significantly. But that sounds really cool. So I'm going to say great.
Hells yeah.
And I will, for the last time, offer that same devil's bargain.
I mean, we already
One more dice.
brought doom into the world.
It's up to you. There's a cost to a devil's bargain, but you get the dice.
Yep, she's pretty scared, terrified, feeling dreadful. So yeah, let's listen to what the devil has to say.
The devil tells you it would be easier and faster to get up on that horse if you just step on that big rock of hellstone.
She is wearing boots. So we're gonna do it.
All right, you get an additional die.
That is a 5, a 6, and a 3.
Nice. So, with that 6 and it being a great effect, you have absolutely gotten 3 ticks of that clock. You hop up, get your heels into Acid Bath, and boom, takes off faster than anything else he's done in this mine so far. Maybe even the fastest you've ever seen him go. He wants out just as badly as the rest of you do. And with that 6, I would say that you are able to maybe throw a little bit of rope down so that Lucius can grab onto it if he so chooses, and maybe there's some extra rope or some handles on the back of the cart because Wayne was pushing on the back because Acid Bath is going to be going way faster than any of you can run. And you rolled so well, I'm also going to turn that into a setup for whatever the next person does.
Yep.
It's very
Wayne's got
generous.
something up his sleeve here.
If you're good with it.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
All right, Wayne sees the cart moving. He's going to throw his shoulder into one more time. But first, before he does it, he looks at the thing's moving through the room. And he looks around all the spirits. And he yells, "I will end you in this world and the next. Back off." And I just don't know if that's going to be a tune or sway. They both kind of work.
It's up to you. Because your particular
You're trying to
character
intimidate.
vice, well, but his particular character vice is related to the spirits and communicating with them. So
I think just for giggles, a tune
okay.
because of that. Is that what you were thinking? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just trying to say I think that a tune totally works. It might not work for anybody else, but like it's totally tied to your character. Command definitely, like Dan was saying, would be kind of like barking an order, and then sway would be a little bit more. That one says like charm, logic, or deception or bluffing. So I would lean towards
He can't do
command
it.
or a tune.
Yeah,
Unless you want to roll to
to
seduce the ghosts.
Yeah, well, what he also does, he grabs some of those shells in his pocket with the little runes carved on them, and he holds them in his hand, and he shakes them, and then he leans his shoulder into the cart, gives it one last shove, and jumps on top of it.
All right, so
So,
as you
tune.
yell,
Wait.
which one are you going to do?
Hold on.
Tune.
You're jumping into the cart with the hellstone that we just mined.
Just on top. It's lidded. It's got a lid on it.
Okay.
Okay, I may have forgotten that. So to justify the narrative that happened, as Belle jumped up, it cracked the lid of the box, and you can now see a
Okay.
little bit of the hellstone is exposed in that hole where her foot through the lid.
Oh, then he's just pushing on the back. He turns and he yells, and he gives the thing another damn push, and he's just going to run out behind it as fast as he can.
So you're not going to get on
He's
the
not
cart.
going to harm himself anymore.
So you're not going to get on the
Yeah.
cart that's being pushed or being pulled by the horse that's rapidly running out.
I'm not taking a devil's bargain. I am going to rank my roll and see what the consequences are.
Okay, I'm going to hand on head for a brief second.
Yes.
This makes me feel like I'm going to need to add a progress clock separate for you to
Gotcha.
get out.
Okay. Wayne
Because
will
that
grab the
big
back
jump
of the cart.
was Acid Bath getting that progress for you guys to do
Gotcha.
one last thing to get out.
Gotcha.
Now, I don't think you have to jump into the cart. I was trying to give you
Yeah,
guys
just hanging on the
handholds.
back.
So
On the
like,
back.
yeah, like
Yeah, that's all I was
Belle
going for.
lowered a
anyway.
piece of rope. Lucius can grab onto. There's handles on the cart. You can probably
Yeah,
just
okay.
grab the lip at the top of the cart and hold on. But it's up to you. But I feel obligated to add a progress clock if you choose
No,
to
Wayne
let
wanted
them
to
go.
jump on the back of the cart.
Okay.
Clocks on top of clocks.
Let's redo the narrative. Wayne is turning to the ghosts and the things coming out of the ground in this room, and he says, "My name is Wayne Cole, and I will end you in this life, and I will follow you to the next." And he grips the shells in his pocket real hard, and he's going to attune to just keep these things back to give us a chance to go, and then turn and jump on the back of the cart.
All right. I'm going to say that this is a risky limited.
Risky limited. No extras. Rock and roll. That's a 5 for attuning to freak out the ghosts in the room.
All right. All right. So, you do get that last tick of the clock. You survived. You did it, guys.
Yay!
And and
But
yeah, there's still a consequence. So, I will throw the narrative to you, Matt, to describe the cool movie scene ending moments of you guys getting out of the mine. But I'm going to ask that you leave a little bit of destruction in your wake as you leave.
just a little.
Just a little.
That's the whole mountain.
Not the whole mountain.
Well, that's
If you choose to do the whole mountain, the consequence will be far greater for filling this progress clock of destruction in your wake. So you were able to fill your survival progress clock.
yeah.
You'll describe how the scene plays out, but you're going to leave a little bit of destruction in your wake, which fills that clock as well.
Yeah. I think as Wayne jumps on the back of the cart, he's looking back to see if these ghosts are following him, and he sees that there was an old piece of dynamite still sitting in the cave that they had just come out of. It had fallen out of one of their satchels, and as they're going out, it goes off for some unknown reason, and the cave where the vein that they know that they can get more hellstone from is collapsed.
All right. Belle, riding on top of Acid Bath, flowing red curly hair back behind her. Lucius, holding onto the rope that Belle's holding onto. Wayne, just hobbled on the back of the cart, fingertips over the top gripping as Acid Bath runs out quickly. And you see behind you the spirits are still moving. They're still slowly getting up, but they aren't heading out. They aren't taking off after you. It seems like they're not leaving this place. And you exit the mine.
Mission accomplished.
Smooth as silk as always.
Not our finest work, boys, but I think,
Not our worst.
yeah, we've definitely done worse, that's for sure.
Yeah, I remember that stagecoach joke.
Yeah. But we got Bob out of it, so,
Yeah.
win some, lose some.
Yeah. Well, Wayne's gonna jump off and go get his horse and see if we can rig up something to get this cart back to town. Or how do we want to do that? I don't think we should be bringing this back to town.
It's a pretty big symbol of, look what we just did.
That is kind of our style, but...
Now, how much of that hellstone were you boys able to grab? She's going to look back into the cart, see where she had broken it with her foot. And that dread kind of like fills her again. Like, oh no.
300-400 pounds.
No. So I do have in my payout list for when we do downtime, I have that amount.
Okay.
So would you guys like to progress into downtime?
Yeah.
Make it back to town, or do you guys have something else you'd like to roleplay before that? Because usually the game goes run, downtime, roleplay, but we don't have to do it that way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Somehow we are able to get it out of the cart into something that is not going to hurt us and then back to town. And we time travel back to town.
I mean, you
gloves,
guys described
box,
that there were some
satchel.
carts, some on their side, some were still standing. They just weren't on the tracks outside the mine when you arrived there, and you guys were trying to sneak in. You were kind of trying to use those as things to hide behind. So it would totally make sense that there would be other boxes.
Easy to find.
Yeah, and there was the glove, and we had, that to get it out of the little cart and throw that into a bin.
Yeah, for Wayne to get out of the cart for us. Only Wayne.
He's not in. Nope.
I don't know if there was a huge mechanized arm like Moonshine Marvin had, if that's what you're trying to describe, but I don't see any reason that you couldn't have a box open and just pour it into the other box. But the equipment that you guys found was only within the mine.
Gotcha. Interesting.
I love it.
Wayne, you're our expert on Hellstone. I feel like you should put it in the box.
Oh, joyous am I. Wayne tightens up the gloves, tucks his sleeves in, and picks the stupid rocks up and throws it in the box. Glad I'm here to help.
And Belle starts absently scratching at her wrist where the bat bit her. You're a fine help, Mr. Wayne.
Wayne starts
Lucius
scratching
is-
his wrist where the Hellstone touched him last time.
And Lucius there just kind of straightening his suit out, dusting it off, trying to get himself a little cleaner and more presentable.
Alright. Same path back.
And it is a bit of a ride back, but not too bad. You'll probably have to camp one night before you get home.
Wonderful.
But you do make it back into town, back to the schoolhouse at this point, because you guys had wanted to set it up so you were there at night when this all happened, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was 2 days to get there, and it's just shy of a 2-day ride to get back. Would you guys have camped right after stuff because it was still late at night?
I think I would have wanted to ride a little ways away from that particular locale and then camp.
Agreed.
So it'd probably be early, like late night, early in the morning, and then we'll just sleep until the sun, is a little higher in the sky.
Okay, so with when you
Sure
guys made the plan to leave and how you're describing your rest and how many hexes it is on the map, I'm thinking about 5 days have passed. Does that sound about right?
Yep.
Each hex
Yeah.
is a day of travel.
Yeah, that's a problem all its own, but yes. Wonder if anybody's watered the plants.
So I hear you're fixing to join up with Scarlet Vultures. Well, there is just one thing you need to do before we can take on another member of our posse. First, you need to leave a rating and review on your podcast listening network of choice for NatFun, 5 stars preferably. Now after that, we'll talk about what kind of runs you're going to do. Now I hear those gunshots off in the distance, which means I'm needed elsewhere, but you be sure to follow those steps and we'll make you a Scarlet Vulture yet.
All right, you are able to make it back to Hellstruck, back at the schoolhouse. Horses are back at the stable. Where do you keep your horses, by the way?
There's a stable behind the
There's-
Dusty Rose.
Dusty
Yeah.
Rose.
And it kind of shares like its wall with the Sacred Heart Saloon, so most people keep their horses there.
+1 grit to Dan and Aaron, Lucius and Belle, remembering the map that you guys made.
Take it.
It's like GM inspiration in a D&D game.
But not even the same.
All right, so we are now going to progress into downtime. So downtime has 6 parts, and we're going to go through all 6 of them. First up, we have your payout. So the payout for this one is pretty good, actually. So normally you gain 2 rep, but I'm going to give you guys an extra one because the faction you were going up against is a higher tier than you, which made it a more risky operation. So even though you went in controlled because you had a really good engagement roll, it was still a faction that's bigger and badder than the Scarlet Vultures are at this point. So you gain 3 rep.
Heard.
I will move us to the downtime page. Sorry.
Also, I added the Doom check to our posse as well.
Perfect. All right. We've got a rep, and now we also have to deal with the coin and the Hellstone. So Hellstone is a currency in this game. So my thought was to determine your coin, we'll kind of figure it out by the amount the Hellstone is. So I need someone to roll me a d10, please.
I got you. Because that's Nat 10, baby.
Oh!
Nice. Woo. So it was a d10 plus 10
Damn.
for your estimated pounds of Hellstone.
Hell yeah.
So this is still a raw piece. So it's got some, some slag, some stone, some other stuff kind of stuck to it. It would take a little bit of work to break it down into your 1 pound chunks that Hellstone is traded in, because it's kind of not explained how that happens, but I chose 1 pound of Hellstone rather than 1 Hellstone. Made more sense in my brain. But that's something you can absolutely do in downtime. We'll say that you had some of the proper tools in order to do that, or you grabbed some of them from the mine. The question I would have for you guys is, there is a local assay office, and the standard exchange rate is 1 coin for 1 pound of Hellstone. So you guys had 8 pounds from the previous run that you did. You were able to break this down in about 20 pounds of Hellstone. This is a large enough amount. I'll have to double check the mechanics. I don't think your level posse can hold this much Hellstone, but you can convert some of it, and you guys need to decide how much you're going to be paying, if you're going to be paying at the general store or not, or what. So
Wayne would suggest, just my thought process is, we could definitely use some coin, and we have some from the last job as well. But if we converted half and then we had half as liquid to deal with our problems or as trading leverage, we could then probably be a little bit more comfortable. What are your thoughts?
Hellstone is not liquid, it's a solid matter.
Laser beams will cut it up.
Had to be said.
We know that the tumbleweeds are hoping to get 12 pounds for the mistaken rain check issue.
Yeah. Do they want the necklace and the 12 pounds? Because I'm still not loving that whole particular deal.
Well, and they still don't know it's us.
That's true. Maybe we just give 12 pounds and see if it goes away.
Worth a shot.
I think if we drop 12 pounds off there are going to be some questions about who was going in and out of that store, and they'll come find us.
Right. I think we've got to do that quick, fast, in a hurry, and quiet. But that's a whole other problem for another day. But
Well, here, I got an idea about, the exchange. Why don't we take one of the girls from the Dusty Rose and have them drop off the Hellstone for us? Lucius, you're
Juliet?
Yeah, you're pretty friendly with her.
Lucius is friendly enough too. But yeah, here, why not?
I will throw out to you guys, this is a town where there is no lawman, but there are established rules. And the people that run the jobs run a tidy shop. And if they say something's anonymous,
Nobody will say.
it's anonymous.
Yeah, but we need to get into the store.
You know the general store is clean. And you know that people don't watch it because the general store, it knows everybody. And it knows everybody's secrets and dirty laundry. So I will say, I didn't interpret the general store as a place that you needed to be careful how you walk in and out.
Okay.
Like if you pick up a rain check, no one in town knows who did it, who what, who this, who that. Like everything is done very discreetly if it's run through the general store. Now, if it's not, that's different. But if you went into the general store like, hey, what do those tumbleweed guys want? He wouldn't tell you anything. So it's up to you. That's how I envisioned the general store. But if you guys envision it differently,
I think a mechanics way that would work out, I think everybody has a habit of wandering in the general store in and out once a day as a habit. And so you can't tell who's been there and who's not.
Yep. That makes more sense for me.
Standard.
I was kind of just setting up that Juliet would get kidnapped by the tumbleweeds. Or someone. I don't
That's
like
still not
that
a bad
woman,
idea.
okay?
I know. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get this broken down. We'll take the 12 pounds over to the general store. We know Mr. Wong's pretty discreet, so I don't think we'll have any blowback. And if the tumbleweeds throw a fit about that missing necklace, we'll cross that bridge when we burn it later.
burning bridges. And how much do we want to maybe convert over an assay as well? Might be good timing to get some coin.
And I'll correct my earlier statement, because you guys didn't say that you had anything for handling Hellstone in the schoolhouse, and being a small new posse, makes sense. So when you guys choose how you want to divide this Hellstone, you were able to go to the local assay office and they can break it down for you, because Hellstone is used as a currency. So they'll give you a big long speech about, don't use this for bad things. But they can safely break it down, distribute it, and exchange coin for you. So you can bring in this raw chunk and they will break it down into the 20 pounds.
So we got 28 pounds. What if we did keep the 8 that we got from the original job and then break down the 20 and exchange what's left so we get 8 coin? What do you think?
8 coin sounds good to me. Lucius, you got any thoughts?
Fine by me.
No.
I think we
long
have
as
4
Wayne's
from the
handling
previous
it.
job.
Of course Wayne's going to be handling it. What I'm concerned about is you getting your hand on those coins and then going off and gambling them away.
I always bring back more than I leave with.
That's what I like about you.
Well, and that does beg something, but we'll get this done and then we'll split up what we've got, because it actually works out quite nicely. So,
All right, so you guys are taking 8 coins and 12 pounds of Hellstone as the other component of your payout.
and then we still have 8 pounds in our possession,
Yes.
and a necklace, and 4 coin,
Underneath the floorboards that have dust thrown on them.
and a table. It's a fine, discreet establishment.
All right, next part of downtime. Mutations.
Oh God, Wayne's changing.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm excited.
it might not just be Wayne this time around.
Not.
Fantastic. Not a devil's bargain for Wayne.
Here's the thing, though. I've been writing down situations. And in that last run, Lucius did not come into contact with any Hellstone directly. Wayne, I'm going to do you a little bit dirty here, but you added this for flavor. The first time you reached into your pocket when you had that consequence where you kind of got scared by all those ghosts, you said you reached your hand in your pocket and played with those bullet casings and that little piece of Hellstone in your pocket.
I've been waiting for this whole time.
So that's one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And then, what was the second one for?
Wayne thoroughly wore gloves the rest of the time, I'll just say.
Oh,
Whatever.
that's what it was. Second one, leather gloves are great. This is a supernatural ore that it has mystical powers.
The hell.
Maybe Wayne hasn't quite figured out yet. Leather doesn't stop it. The people you've seen handling Hellstone have really large pieces of equipment and multiple physical barriers. So, I'm going to need Wayne to roll 2d6.
Wayne chooses to ignore your reality and is not going to change whatsoever. That's a 4 and a 5.
All right.
Let me guess, high rolls don't help me out again.
Yeah, high rolls are not so great in this situation. So with a 4 and a 5, that is 2 additional ticks on Wayne's a-changin'.
I'm just going to get a third arm that I can handle Hellstone with. I'm all about this at this point.
Where's the Wayne to changing
And-
clock? Didn't we have that clock?
Yep,
It was around.
it's on the Factions and Clock tab, and I believe it already had
Ah.
2 ticks, unless someone's changed it.
It had 1 tick. I thought it was 1 tick.
I believe you got
Maybe
one
I rolled
last
I rolled a
downtime.
6. I rolled a 6 the first time. That's why I got 2 ticks.
All right, so add 2 more ticks for me, please.
Uh-oh.
2 more.
Yep, you rolled
This
a
has
4.
only got 4 things on it.
Yeah, you rolled a 4, which adds a tick, and you rolled a 5, which adds a tick. Last time I counted, 1 plus 1 equals 2.
Yeah, but 4 and 5 plus none doesn't equal anything.
All right, so how full is that clock there, Wayne?
It's full, very full.
All right,
Wayne
I'm
doesn't
going to
like
need
this.
2d6 from you again.
Oh, wonderful. This is going well for Wayne thus far.
We're going to have to put him down on the
We're
right
buying a
back.
mechanical arm with that
yeller
gold.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Some good rolls again. 5 and 3. 8.
All right. 5. You suffer a mutation on an extremity. You said a 5 and a 3?
Yep.
All right. You grow a tail with a face.
A tail with a face.
What the f-
A tail with a face.
Well, at least I can keep it hidden.
Well, no, not necessarily. So, a mutation permanently consumes a level 1 harm box and cannot be recovered normally during downtime.
Go visit a witch doctor.
Mutations may cause negative or sometimes positive reactions from your fellow humans and may aid or hinder physical and social interactions, so less effect or improved effect from harm. But struggling for mutations gives the PCs an additional trigger to gain XP. But I will say, if you really dislike the tail with the face, you can roll 2 additional d6. I'm looking at the mutations table. That's what you rolled.
Yeah, well, it's stupid. I wear a long coat. It's fine.
I will say the opposite version of your 5 and 3, if I take a 3 and a 5, is that your eyes get huge. Like oversized eyeballs on your face.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the tail. At least you can tuck it under a coat most
It's a
of the
butt
time.
goat.
It's
It's a goat's face.
It's a coat goat. Gad.
Wow.
Gad.
All right, so Wayne, I'm going to let you stew on what that looks like, and I'm going to ask you to add it to your
yeah.
narrative. You having to hide it or whatever, but physically describe what it looks like. But we're not done with the mutations part because Belle got bitten by a struck bat. So that's going to be a mutation roll because you feel the don't get bit clock. But you also took a devil's bargain.
I did.
And when your boot busted through that lid and you came in contact with that raw hellstone, that was another exposed contact. That's going to be 2 rolls. So that's 2d6.
Yeah.
That is a 5 and a 2.
All right. On a 5, you get +1 tick on mutation clock. With a 2, nothing happens. Lucky you.
I dig it.
So add a clock.
Bells a busting.
Is that what you'd like it to be?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Bells a bustin'. Progress clock has been added to your factions and clocks. It has 1 tick on it.
Does Wayne's reset now?
I was just going to leave it there to stare at him in the face. Yes, I'll take his off. We are on to the third part of our downtime procedure, which is doom. The posse advances or averts doom by their actions and style. So,
Totally made
flash
the
this
world
to
a
you
better
guys.
place.
Yeah, did you guys make the world a better place?
Yep.
Darker place? And if you look at the modifiers, is there anything in the modifiers that you think fits? I will say you have 1 active writer, so it's +1 right there. You don't currently have any feuds with any other factions, and you didn't kill
Yeah.
anybody, so those ones are out.
Damn it.
Did we exploit Hellstone? We got Hellstone to pay off a debt.
And we got some more still. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling like it's that +2 for exploiting Hellstone.
All right. And as far as if you inspired hope or created fear or dread for someone in the world with your actions, I'm thinking you guys didn't. This was a self-serving mission and no people were affected, good or bad, so I don't think that adds any doom.
No
Agreed.
Hope, no good. No
Yeah.
nothing.
Okay.
This is just spin for giggles, but hear me out. We did close up a dirty, filthy Hellstone mine on accident.
Probably made things worse for people.
You did, but I'm not sure what you're saying that would be modifier-wise.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought it was helping the world be a better place. I'm just throwing it out as giggles more than anything.
Okay. I do think because this particular mine is the one that the convicts on Miners Row that essentially have a death sentence of mining Hellstone till the day they die, it's just going to get reopened by hard labor.
That's
So
fine.
it ain't changing too much, just delaying it by a day or two. But that does mean that we have no doom as far as hope or fear that you caused in the world, +2 for exploited Hellstone to achieve an aim, and +1 for an active writer. So we add 3 doom.
Wonderful. Let's see what that looks like.
So that is 11 out of 12 is what I've got.
Our clock on our posse sheet only has 10 spots.
Ooh, let me find it. Oh, you're right. It's 10.
Okay. So yeah, we maxed out our
That's
clock and then
frickin'
we have one extra. We have all the doom plus a little bit more.
Yes.
It's a good thing to keep
Doom,
around.
doom, doom.
You can never have too much doom, really.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you for catching that. Apologies. I will add that narrative flavor as we finish our downtime. But you guys have maxed out a doom clock and added 1 additional piece of pie to the next doom clock. Now we have our location and quality rating, which is usually a GM thing. I just want someone to do a 2d6 roll for me, please.
I'll do that.
you do for a roll. Lucky?
I was thinking the same. 2d6. A 6 and a 6!
All right.
Oh, God.
I'm not convinced by Jackie's reaction that it was a good thing to have 2 6s.
It has not been anything in downtime with more dice has not been helpful in any way, shape, or form.
All right, so with those 2 6s, you guys have some just ominous clocks related to the overall feeling around town. And I'm going to say that the other side is going to progress from 0 out of 4 to 3 out of 4.
Not so lucky now, are you, Lucius?
We don't know what that means. Time will tell.
That's true.
All right, and then I've got the writer events. Okay, noted. So now we are to our downtime activities, the end of downtime, where each of you get to do a couple things. You can indulge in your vices to recover grit. You can work on long-term projects. You can try and recover from your injuries. We did add that you guys will automatically clear level 1 harm, except for that whole, butt, goat, tail thing. That's permanent. And then we'll
Does that
resume
count
with
against me?
roleplay.
So whenever I get level 1 harm from now on, I already have one. Therefore, I just have 1 slot.
Affirmative.
That kind of the idea. Okay.
Go ahead and put butt goat in your first slot there.
Yep. Tail with face.
But goat.
Tomato, potato, Betty.
Belle absolutely needs to indulge in her vice to recover some grit. So she is, once everything at the schoolhouse is kind of like set, things are good, she's going to wander over to the Dusty Rose, meet up with Raven, ordering the Black Rose shot to see where she's at.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it's if there's smoke coming off of it, she's not around.
I think that's what we decided, yeah.
Okay. So you order it, and so it takes longer than normal to get your drink. Juliet's not behind the bar. The bartender's there, they just seem to be ignoring you for some reason. And then you hear boots stomping out of the back. And Raven comes out with a shot with smoke on it and slams it down on the counter.
Belle's going to look down at the drink, she's going to look up at Raven, she's going to be real confused. And she's going to grab Raven's wrist and be like, "Wait, hey, something happened while I was gone?"
I'm mad as a rattlesnake at you, Belle. Do you know what I had to do to get the heat off of you?
I didn't have no heat on me.
I've been with Wesson since the town meeting, trying to protect you.
Belle's face is going to go white. And she's going to stand up and she's like, "Wesson's ain't going to be a problem. Not for much longer."
That's just because you don't think of anyone but yourself, do you, bloody Belle Beauregard?
Now, Raven, you know I love you more than anything on this planet. I think about more than just me. I think about you. But that's where the line stops. Now, if you want Wes and gone, all you gotta do is say the word.
And she reaches out and looks like she's almost going to grab your neck in a chokehold. But she wraps her hand behind your neck and pulls you in.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And with that, you can have, really angry vice indulgence
Yeah.
that you can play out in your own head.
Saving that one for later.
It was good. I like it.
All right, I gotta remember what dice to roll.
So for the vice roll, you roll a dice equal to your lowest attribute rating. And the attribute is that the groups, not the individual actions, but the groups of them. So you roll the equivalent of the lowest of them, and you regain grit equal to your highest dice result.
Okay. So that'd be wits. 5. That was some pretty good angry stuff.
Air quotes.
Fade to black. That's all you gotta say.
The second thing that Belle would do is she would like to practice the prowl part because she apparently is not great at running. So I want to add an extra XP to my prowl.
It's the heels and the dress.
It's weird. So that's my second thing I would like to do.
Sounds good. All right, Wayne or Lucius, who's going next?
I'm up. I'll go for it. Well, Lucius, for once, isn't injured, so no need to heal. And he's pretty up on his grit, so he's going to take this time to train. He'd like to go over to the bar and basically work on his deception skills, just kind of for fun. So for entertainment purposes, he's just going to kind of go around the bar and with his deck of cards, just kind of do card games for fun, not to indulge his vice, but just for entertainment purposes. No money on the line. He's just trying to unwind and practice his skills. So to work on adding a tick to his guts category.
Nice.
And then his second action is he's going to go back to, what did you say, where the Hellstone was refined, or not refined, but
Broken up.
broken up. Would they have the ability to do crafting there, or? 'Cause I'm interested in starting the crafting aspect of.
The assay office would not be crafting. So the assay office is like the government authority of legally traded Hellstone. So that's where
Okay.
Mr. Riggs was going, was to exchange his Hellstone for coin to get shipped and trained out of Hellstruck out to the world for others to use. As far as getting things crafted, you guys know all the factions that you have in town. And although some of the factions will kind of do their own tinkering and crafting, it's likely the other posses kind of have a couple people working on some crafting stuff. So like the Death Valley Gang, the Tumbleweeds probably have some people doing that. The big ones that are going to be crafting is probably the Southern Inventors Coalition is the biggest one. Because that's kind of all of your inventors and scientists, people that came to study it and thought it was going to be the next big thing. And then everyone realized how much it affected you. There's a chance with the Fine Energy investors, but they're more of an investment group. They might have some information, but the Southern Investors Coalition is going to be the people to probably do that. But you could probably find someone in the bar because you haven't done much of a role play of your downtime, so...
All right, yeah, so as I'm going around, kind of shooting the shit, maybe, just talking to everyone there and unwinding. Maybe notice the guy over there who has a little bit more of, like, Hellstone flair on him, like maybe a lapel or find Hellstone flower on it. And that'll catch my eye. Lucius go up and kind of start asking him about it. Where'd you get that from?
Oh, this thing? I got it when I joined.
Joined what?
What are you angling at there, boy?
I'm looking to have a little bit of Hellstone work done myself. More for cosmetic and jewelry, not really for any special effect. And I'm just looking for someone who can accomplish such a task.
Well, I can get you in touch with people that can accomplish that task, if you got the coin to pay for it.
I could probably pull something together. Maybe a little Hellstone as well.
And when you say that, he says, pull up a chair. And he raises his hand, buys you drinks for the rest of the night, and you talk and converse. And he is one of the dealers, kind of salesman within the Southern Inventors Coalition. What's his name?
Oh God, I'm terrible with names. Someone throw out a name.
It's all you, Dan. Think of a Wild Westy name.
First thing came to mind was Wayne.
I was thinking the same thing, ironically. I did the same thing. I'm like, that's funny. Call him Sam.
Hey,
So-
he can just be the other
Coalition
Wayne.
Sam.
That's fine.
That's
You can
Billy.
say Wayne.
That's
You can
what
say
we
it
need.
could be Garth.
Billy Bloodstone. Let's go with Billy Bloodstone.
All right. So Billy Bloodstone.
That's my
is-
tail's name.
Billy Bloodstone is a bit of a slick talker, but you're a gambler. You can see through it. You're able to kind of make moves on each other, kind of boast and then fall back and pry for information and give a little bit of information. And throughout the conversation, he's able to pretty much offer you a deal to get some things crafted. Now, I will ask for a little more detail. You can do this in Discord between this session and the next session, what you're looking for, so I can kind of come up with a cost. Doesn't need to be paid up front. It can be done in installments. Once it's fully paid, you receive the item. But the Southern Inventors Coalition is absolutely able to have you commission work to be crafted. It's actually what they specialize in. And they have some big commissions that are coming through right now, but for a couple extra coins, you could probably squeeze you in.
Yeah, I'm looking to have that. Basically, my Pistol the Lucky Jester. I'd like to have Hellstone, like Joker, in the grip, just on the outside. So when I'm walking around, you can see that kind of reddish stone glint out of the holster.
And at the very end of your conversation, he asks an odd question that kind of just sticks with you. Now, are you looking to have it refined with Hellstone in the atom? Or are you looking for it to be a little more internal,
Just refined on the surface.
a little more personal? And
Internal?
I will say, it sticks with you.
All right, sticks with me. All right, let it stick.
And with that, I would like you guys to add one more tick to your A Drop of Hell clock, or achievement, in your factions and clocks.
You're welcome, guys.
Cool.
I gotcha.
Cool.
Do I get a check for wits for my crafting on that one? Or am I only allowed to check one category for... Because we can do 2 actions, so I was trying to fill
Let me
2 spots.
double check, because I don't remember if you can train twice.
You can train twice.
I don't think you can train twice.
Oh, maybe not.
I think it was that you can't train the same skill twice.
That must be it.
Is that it?
Yeah, because I can't... Because I've already done guts once.
I feel like there was a thing.
It's a mechanic. It's cool. It's good.
Here we go. When you spend time in training, mark 1 XP on the XP track for an attribute or playbook advancement. If you have the appropriate posse training upgrade unlocked, mark +1 XP for 2 total. You can train a given XP track only once per downtime. So you can train twice, but they have to be different XP tracks.
Okay. At that point, can I put it in the playbook advancement?
Yeah, I didn't realize you were training twice, so I was trying to give you something else, but it's a short adventure, so go for it.
Okay. Sure. All right.
All right, Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne's got a problem because he can't dice currently.
Well, you can change that
If
if you practice slang.
I could. Well, there's that. Yeah, well, that's a whole other problem. He's thought about that. But Wayne does need to heal up still. He's still got a level 2 harm he hasn't quite cleared. It's panic and stress. So he's actually gonna kind of 3 birds, 1 stone this a little bit. he's going to go over to the Rose there, and he's going to sit down at the bar and see if Miss Jolene's got a few minutes to pour him a drink and have a little chat. And he wants to talk to her about who she knows in the area who might be able to do some real deal healing. He has a new problem he doesn't really want to talk about, but if she knows of anybody that can potentially in the future do major Hellstone problems.
All right, so Wayne, you are able to sit at the bar, talk to Miss Jolene. Let's roleplay briefly how you're going to give her the hints that this is more of a private conversation that should be had in the back office than in the middle of Dusty Rose.
Yeah. Wayne's not a tactful guy, but I think he gets a nice tall drink. He needs to mentally heal a little bit. He's still shaken, and this adventure didn't help. But after a few drinks of courage, he goes, Miss Jolene, I don't really know too many people who are very discreet in this town, but I have a problem, and I want to see if you had a few minutes to give me some advice. I need some direction.
And she puts her hand on your hand and says, "Oh, Wayne, sweetie." She kind of pats your hand. "I thought I told you before, I don't mix personal pleasure and business, but we have plenty of other court sands that would happily service anything you have a desire for."
As much as I would enjoy being shot down by you just now, I'm actually being serious. It wasn't an innuendo. I have a big problem, and I don't trust too many people. But I know Lucius and Belle trust you. You've been good to me, and I need some help, and I really don't want this being public.
All right.
Could we check?
You seem kind of shook up there, Wayne. Almost as if you've been struck. And she stops and just stares you dead in the eye.
Wayne gives her a sly grin, but the deer in the headlight eyes.
She gives you a little head nod and pulls you back into the back office.
Yeah. Closes the door. He stands in front of the door like he did before, with his foot against it. Says, "I appreciate you talking to me. I don't want to take a lot of your time, but I don't know where to go. But our shenanigans have gotten me into a little bit of trouble, and I'm not feeling so good, and I need somebody who can do some big medicine, real deal healing, not just patch me up."
Well, Wayne, I'm going to tell you, there ain't a part of any person's body, whether they be struck or not, that I ain't seen before. And I'm going to need a little more detail to be able to give you a good, honest answer. So do you just want someone to hear your problem, or do you want someone to actually give you some help?
Boy. To be honest, I haven't even had time to deal with this myself, so it's going to be an unveiling all our own. I just know it's there. I've got some Hellstone modifications accidentally done to myself, and this is going to be a little awkward because although you said you didn't want to have that type of relationship, I have to take off my pants.
Wayne, if I had a nickel for every time someone told me that.
Well, Wayne undoes his breeches and says, very red-faced, because... and he leaves his coat on and he says,
And as you're starting to undo your breeches, she goes, "Hun, I don't have all day." And she just grabs your shoulder, turns you around, and pulls him down and goes, "Oh, well, that's a new one.
Uh-huh.
Are you looking for a new line of work? Because I think I got some clients that might be interested in this."
Nope. I want this gone. I want it gone now. And I am.
Let's hear her out.
This is a different kind of devil's bargain.
I was going to take a knife to it, but I have a feeling that will go poorly. So I figured I'd talk to somebody who might have some direction on this type of thing.
All right, Wayne.
Because I ain't going to visit any of your ladies for a minute until this is gone.
Now, I did ask you to describe what it looks like.
Yeah, I actually...
Is there a mirror in the room? Or Belle shoot that one too.
It's fleshy, and it's longer than Wayne would like. I'm thinking kind of like a tiger tail, but where the bushy part would be, it's thin and long, but there's a little face at the end there. It's about 8 inches long. He's not so stoked on it.
I'm counting right now, and I think that's 9 nickels. And you guys thought me describing the griffin bands that could fit to shape
There was
your
no
body
way to
was
make
bad.
this not wrong. I have a tail with a face.
But it didn't
Yeah,
have
but
to
you
be
said it was like
fleshy.
fleshy, and it could have been a scaled tail, or it could have been there's an appendage.
it's-
Like it didn't
has
need
a
to be
face.
described. We'll figure it out later.
Nope.
Oh
Fleshy.
wow. So here's the thing with mutations. They're permanent. So Miss Jolene's gonna lean back. Well, sorry to tell you, Wayne. Curiosity got better of me just a little bit. There ain't no one that can solve once you've been struck.
Damn, I hate this place.
Now, I've got a tailor that can do some pretty impressive things. If this is something you want to try and hide.
Absolutely.
But you best be real careful sitting down for a while until you can learn to control that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does it bite her?
Nickel?
Mm-hmm.
You just see it's like a little gremlin thing. It's
It
like,
has a
don't
face.
mess with me. Arr, arr, arr.
No. I'm thinking this thing's fairly inert, at least at this point. We'll let that be a different mutation.
Maybe it just hasn't fully developed, so it's more like Young Frankenstein.
Pour on it. Wayne does not need help with this. Well, I'm going to put this back in my pocket, so to speak, and, crap. Well, second thing, is there anybody pissing you off? Because I have a problem, and I need to disseminate someone to the next world, if possible, in the near future. Otherwise, I'll go talk to the general store.
That's a mighty fine request you got there, Wayne. Now, I know that you have some faith in me because of Lucius and Belle, but I am a businesswoman. What do I get out of this?
Eliminate someone who's bothering you. I'm happy to do it free of charge. If it's a discreet, not high-level problem.
She ponders for a minute, and she writes down a name on a piece of paper. She puts it on the desk, and she says, "Now I'm just going to walk out of this office. That's the number for my tailor." And she kind of nods her head. "But I'm going to be honest here, Wayne. If you pick up that piece of paper, you might be getting a little bit of heat on yourself." And she walks out of the room.
Yeah. Wayne walks over and picks up the piece of paper and puts it in his pocket. He'll look at it in another place another time.
All right. Noted.
So Wayne has done that, and then that was supposed to kind of kill a little more, but it didn't quite work the way he planned. But he does drink, so he's going to do his heal roll, and then he's going to go back to the schoolhouse and try to... He's going to work on craft by going back to the schoolhouse and trying to make a new shell casing like the one he lost by carving small intricate details into a shell.
Okay.
Perfectly normal thing for a person to do.
Absolutely. All right. I've added a note for the pit and the heat that is accompanied by that. We'll hear about it next episode, next session. You all are able to complete your downtime. You're able to get the rep, the coin, the hellstone, the different XP gains that you've all sought after, the really angry conversations. And when you all go to sleep that night, you toss and turn and are overheated and hot, and just something doesn't feel right. You're not quite sure what it is, but it's unusual that all of you have that same feeling. None of you have a dream that you can remember, but you all wake up unsettled. Now, Lucius, you had been at the saloon, Sacred Heart Saloon. You were doing some card games. Where did you sleep?
As night wound down, I ended up making my way back down to the schoolhouse, the cot.
All right. And Wayne?
I went back to the schoolhouse pretty early and worked on my little project and tucked in for the night.
All right. And Belle?
She knows Miss Jolene's been mad about her spending the night every time she goes and visits Raven, so we're going to throw in there that the way Belle practiced her prowess was by sneaking out of Raven's room very quietly in the middle of the night on her way back to the schoolhouse. So she also slept at the schoolhouse last night.
Nice.
Wayne nearly shot her because she never comes in the middle of the night.
So you all have this terrible, overwhelming sense just of dread and doom and weight and heat, and all wake up unsettled. Don't even speak first thing in the morning. You kind of talked about your plan. You step outside and you get out to the street and you see Mr. Hall kind of just standing on a soapbox and yelling and screaming. And he's just wearing his underwear and a pair of boots. And he's just on the soapbox in front of the boardwalk that had the rocking chair. And he's yelling and screaming at anyone that'll pass by. The mine collapsed. There was dark, swirling red and black smoke pouring out, rose high into the air like a tornado. The clouds, they're fading from the sky. It's hot. I had to take my clothes off. And as you're all standing there listening to him just rant and rave and people kind of stopping in front of him, the sun does seem to be beaten down, hotter than normal. It happened. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. They were closed, but I saw it. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? Everything's heavy and hot. And look, they're swirling again. And he points up at the mesa. And you see this black and red swirling tornado right next to that stone rider. And the more it swirls and grows and grows and grows into a cyclone, the hotter and hotter it gets. And then that cyclone comes shooting down off the mesa, hits one end of Main Street, bursts out in a giant puff of black smoke. A huge wave of heat hits you as you hear hoofbeats from 2 horses. And tearing down the street, you see a rider made of flame and black smoke, followed by a rider made of sand and stone. And they both look at you as they pass by. And that's where we're going to end our session, because you guys added another rider to the world.
Oops.
I think this was Weston's fault.
How do we have so much control over the writers in this world? Surely someone else is partially to blame as well.
It's Weston's fault, damn it. He caused this.
There are
Wayne's
way worse
forte.
people in this world than what we've done. Are we just really the bad guys and everyone else is like super nice and we're just misunderstanding the situation?
Everybody's bad, but this is Weston's fault.
Yeah, if we're going to point fingers, we'll point them at Weston, but we all know who's to blame.
Juliet?
Yep. Juliet.
It's Weston. That's Wayne's go-to right now.
All right, so I have to ask, how did you all feel when a new clock was added when the mirror was shot?
I loved it personally because I feel like Dan is usually our chaos goblin, and for whatever reason I'm like really latching on to the chaos in this adventure where it's just like, yeah, let's just do whatever and see what happens. So
it reminds me of when Matt keeps pushing things a little farther, and then you're like, and now there's another consequence. Go ahead and make another roll. It felt very much like Aaron fell into that trap this time. I was like, and I gotta do one last thing.
Well, that was the funniest thing, is Wayne wasn't sure if the mirror was helping him or hurting him, even earlier on, and his plan was to grab it and use it either to suck up ghosts or get sucked into, but with his ghost kind of issue, he was thinking maybe he could have, he was thinking he could have maybe talked to somebody through it and potentially practice his vice, so he was going for it, and then when we were running out of the tunnel, he was going to try to grab a shard, but we were too far gone. So definitely was a little bummed, but I was going the same direction, but on the other side. Totally just, I wonder what's going to happen when I grab this.
Well, it's funny because you can roll, so that was considered a boss. That's why the clock was so big, and it was getting so much more up in your grill than other things. And you can roll for what they are strong against and then what they are weak against. And it rolled that it was weak against mirrors. So that's why I
jeez.
described there was one there. And when you guys filled your survive clock, I was like, okay, the force of this mirror is drawing it in, sucking it in. And so when you shot it, I was like, well, that is literally the thing that is holding it back. I feel obligated to add a clock now because that was the actual thing I rolled for its weakness, and you just shattered it.
Yeah, Wayne was going to walk out with it like a shield.
Which would have been awesome had we picked up that the mirror was the weakness. But I was thinking about
Didn't know if it was.
Belle having seen what she saw in the mirror is like,
Yeah.
we don't want to get to that point. We want to we just want to live the first part, which is the life with Raven and like the green luscious grass, not the end of times.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't pull the mirror too much into it because the other actions that you were taking, it wasn't part of what you were doing. And so just like I remember when we were doing Maze Rats, you said, remember guys, each of these enemies, each of these characters has a motivation that I'm going to roll for. It's kind of like that. Like it's there. And if you discover it, it can help you out. But if I didn't feel there was a situation that you guys interacted with the mirror, so there wasn't a reason to elaborate on it. So then when you did that, I was like, oh, snap.
And again, that's what's so funny is I was on the same exact page. I was just going to go for it and consequences be damned.
Yeah. What's funny though is I think somebody last session said, why is there a mirror down here? Like, that's why, guys. So if all of a sudden we see a random chihuahua where it shouldn't be, we know.
Kick it. No.
Eat it.
But thank you guys. This is still a new system. We're definitely learning and growing and adapting. Thank you for taking some devil's bargains. I felt bad that I am learning all the different plays that I have depending on the situation. So I'm trying to make sure I'm representing all the things the game can do, which is one of the challenges of our shorter adventures, is trying to make sure we highlight all the cool stuff. So thank you guys. And also thank you for switching up the turn order. We are naturally and organically going in an initiative order, but it's really fun to have you guys describe a little bit more. And I also appreciate just like, hey, what does the ghost's face look like? How do you tie that knot? What else do you see in the room? So thank you guys for running with all that.
Yeah.
That was great. I like it. It's an interesting world, but I'm thriving here when the dice let me.
That's fair.
Much better dice rolls tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So much better.
Oh, yeah. All right.
6s instead of 2s.
But on that note, having brought another rider into the world, the doom weighs heavy upon not just our posse, but all those that live in Hellstruck. So until next week.
We hope you can find yourself a table.
Or a computer.
And some friends.
So you can bring a new rider into your own NatFun.
Wow.
Nice.
And I almost committed to the partners, but I was like, nah.
I was thinking about it too,
normal.
and I didn't have anything. So you can sally up to a table, but oh well.
Bye-bye for now. See you next
Bye.
week.
Adios.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
The riders are coming.
Oh, I have so much
The
grit.
riders are coming. The riders are coming.
Well, things sure are getting hot there in Hellstruck. I'm not so sure those Scarlet Vultures can take the heat. Is Wayne gonna hide his unique new feature from his posse? Or keep it swept under the duster? Will Lucius get himself a shiny new pistol? Or will he be tempted to have Billy Bloodstone make it just a bit more special than originally planned? And will Belle be able to lead her Scarlet Vulture posse through to the end of this mistaken rain check situation? Or will Wesson find himself on the wrong end of her pistols first? All that and more as Hellstruck's Demise continues next week, here on NatFun. I hope you're enjoying our Fistful of Darkness adventure so far. It's dark, gritty, and a hellstone of a lot of fun. The roll tables included in the game are super easy to use both in GM prep and on the fly. If you'd like to check out A Fistful of Darkness for yourself, you can at monkeyecho.itch.io/a-fistful-of-darkness. Or if you want to try and win a free copy for yourself, you can head on over to our Patreon. We will be opening up our game raffle to all paid and free subscribers for the month of December. So check it out and see if you will be one of the lucky winners. We've got links to both in the show notes. Hope to see you back next week for more Hellstruck's Demise, here on NatFun.